What's going on, guys? TraderJud here, back with you, week number 18 of the weekly Forex Outlook series, where I go over 10 different pairs, one time frame, the 4-hour time frame for every single pair. And yeah, so looking at EUR USD this week, we can see on the 4-hour time frame we have a bat pattern that completes up in this upper zone up here. We can see last week's movement came up, tested this zone, and dropped back down to retest this zone, and then went bullish off of that. So I do think that this will continue to go bullish this week. I adjusted this trend line from last week. Those of you that do remember, there was a bat pattern on the 4-hour time frame that completed the week before last, and so I do expect for this to continue upwards. This D point of this current bat pattern is right around the 38.2 retracement of the previous bat pattern, which would be ample retracement for the retracement for the completed bat pattern from last week, or the week before last rather. Going to UJ. UJ looks like we have a potential head and shoulders set up. I've drawn a channel. You can see I've got multiple trend lines drawn as well as the horizontal lines instead of using zones. But I do think that this will continue to go bearish. We'll adjust this more once it reaches this trend line. But I do think that this will continue to go bearish, especially since we had all of these retests of the 110 level. It seems pretty likely that we're going to see bearish movement continue on this. XAU USD or gold. You can see I have a crab pattern drawn on gold that completes down here. However, I do have this consolidation box drawn. Gold pretty much just consolidated all of last week and all of the previous week before that. And so I have this consolidation box drawn as well as a couple of trend lines. We can go ahead and readjust this trend line. So yeah, that's what I'm really just waiting for the breakout of this consolidation area with gold before I do anything with it. However, because we are bullish on EU, it would make sense to be bullish on gold as well. However, this crab pattern is still in play, and with all of this consolidation, who knows what's going to happen with gold. That's the reason why I'm waiting. I don't have really a bearish or bullish outlook on this. I'm just waiting for the breakout of this consolidation area. EUR AUD, we have a bat pattern drawn that did complete last week. We see the bullish momentum after the double bottom in the completion zone. And then we finish out the week with a little bit of bearish momentum. However, we did see a break of structure, and so that's significant. This previous high right here was a break of structure. So I'm not really sure what to expect with EUR AUD this week because of this trend line right here. You can see the trend line drawn from the top all the way down. Price has not reached that trend line yet, but it is approaching it. And so I guess my outlook on this is going to be, I'm going to wait for an outlook on this. And the reason for that is because I want to see what price does, if it reacts to the trend line or if it comes back down to retest this zone again. I think those are both likely scenarios, and so I don't have an opinion either way right now. I would not enter into EA until we have some sort of definitive direction, which we do not have right now. GBP NZD is up next. You can see it looks a lot like it did last week. As far as the chart goes, we had not a lot of significant movement on GN. We just had some really insignificant movement almost the entire week last week. So the chart hasn't changed much. I've extended this trend line, but that's it. So I don't have a bullish or bearish outlook on this. I do think that we could possibly see a retest of the zone down here. If it does break and retest this horizontal line, then I would buy it up into this zone. But as far as outlooks, I'm waiting for a confirmation in the other direction with GN. AUD USD, there is a bat pattern that is drawn. You can see also I have a channel drawn as well as this zone drawn. I do have a bearish outlook on this, however, it is respecting the channel really well. We can add one more trend line to this, which we're going to go ahead and do right now. It is this trend line right here. So if you get a break of this trend line, you can sell down to this this bottom of the channel. There is something else that I'd like to point out, that we do have this trend line up here as well as this trend line down here that is on either side of the channel, the current channel that the price is in. And so if we do get some bullish momentum and we do break out of this trend line, then we will be looking for completion of the bat pattern up around the 0.7766 area, I believe. Going on to GBP USD, again, not a lot of significant movement with GBP pairs this past week. It was trending upward on GU, unlike GN. GN was trending upward, but is a little bit more ugly than GU is. GU is just steadily pushing upward. Not really a lot of significant movement. There is no break of structure or anything like that. So this could just be some sort of retracement. You can see it did touch the previous market structure level, this support and resistance level right here, and did fall. However, it has not reached this trend line down here yet. So, and not the last candlestick, but the second to last candlestick from last week was a bullish engulfing candle. So that tells me that we should be looking for another retest of previous market structure, if not a break and a retest, and then continuation upward. Going on to GJ. GJ, we had a significant movement to the upside. This was after the completion of a bat pattern, I believe, which completed around this zone. So you can see price, I drew this zone today. This zone is based off of this really large candlestick over here. And the reason why I drew this large zone is because we have all of these rejections to the left. And price really struggled to break through this and leave it. And once it did leave, it came back down, struggled again in this area. And so that's where price is currently, well, that's where price was at last week. Not currently, but price was there last week. And you see it tested that area, which is previous market structure, and then dropped. Again, though, we had not the last candlestick from last week, but the second to last one was a bullish engulfing candle. I did draw this trend line. If it does break this trend line right here, we'd be comfortable selling it down to this zone. If it breaks through this zone, selling it down to previous market structure. Looking at EJ, EJ rocketed up for the opening of last week and then turned bearish after that. You can see the two zones that I have drawn. Price broke through this bottom zone, tested this top zone, gave a bearish engulfing candlestick, and then went bearish after that. So it looks like right now we're getting a retest of this zone, which is a retest of previous market structure. I would not be surprised to see this come out bearish to open the week out. There are a few horizontal lines down here, as well as a quarter point at the 125 level down here towards the bottom. It would not surprise me if we got a retest of the 125 level before going bullish. However, we are pretty close to this trend line as well, so that might be another possibility, is coming up and retesting this trend line up here. So I guess just wait and see what Sunday night does before getting into EJ. Looking at UCAD, UCAD has been kind of sporadic. However, if you look at all these horizontal lines that are drawn, as well as the zone that's drawn up top, you can see that price has respected these horizontal lines extremely well. And so until price breaks from this area of consolidation, is what I'm going to call it, even though it's a very large area, right, there's a lot of movement. It goes from 127.5 all the way up to above the 1.3. So that's a pretty significant area of movement. But if you're a UCAD trader, you can just follow price as it bounces from horizontal line to horizontal line and trade it that way. It's kind of an interesting take. But as much as UCAD is respecting these levels, it's not a bad option. So that's just something to look into. We do have a trend line up here and a trend line down here that price is slowly gearing towards going one way or the other. But as of right now, it's been a lot of just sideways movement, no real direction up or down for UCAD. So this week has been a little bit faster than the previous weeks. Again, I'm trying to shorten down these videos a little bit, but still do the 10 pairs. So I haven't given nearly as much insight, I guess, or talked about each pair nearly as much, but I've still given my insight on what I think will happen. Let me know if you prefer this method or if you prefer the longer videos. I don't have a problem doing either way. I just want to satisfy as many people as I can while still giving good, accurate analysis. And so yeah, let me know in the comments or shoot me a message on Telegram. Do you like it this way better, or do you like it the longer videos better? Just let me know, and I'll do my best to continue evolving and meeting the demands that the viewers want. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So again, thank you for all the support that I've gotten over the months now. It feels kind of weird saying that. This is already the 18th week that I've been doing the weekly Forex Outlook videos, and that's kind of crazy for me to think about, but it is definitely the 18th week. So again, thank you everybody for the support, and let me know if I can do anything to continue bringing content out to you guys. What do you want to see? Drop a comment in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, and that's it. I'm out. Have a great week.